Morning, dear students. Today I am going to teach you the lesson from the diary of Anne Frank. Before I discuss this lesson with you, I would like to talk a few sentences about Anne Frank. Anne Frank was a German born Jewish girl. Jewish people are those people who follow the religion of Judaism. During the childhood of Anne Frank, Second World War was in progress and Germany was under the control of the Nazi Party. The Nazi Party's leader was Adolf Hitler. For reasons unknown to us, Adolf Hitler hated and persecuted Jews. Wherever he found them, he tortured them and killed them. Since Anne Frank's family was a Jewish family, it wanted to save itself from the persecution of the Nazis. Therefore, the family migrated from Germany to the Netherlands. Look here, look at the board, my dear students. The family migrated from Germany to the Netherlands. After their migration, it so happened that it was really an unfortunate thing for the family that the German control extended up to Netherlands. Then now Anne Frank's family did not have enough time to escape. Therefore, they went into hiding in Anne Frank's father Otto Frank's office building, where the entire family, along with four of her friends, stayed for almost 2 years. After 2 years, the family was betrayed and sent to the concentration camp system, where the entire family died except Anne Frank's father, Otto Frank. Otto Frank was released. He came to the hideout where they were hiding for 2 years. He found a diary that was the diary of Anne Frank. He read the diary and convinced that this diary could be published. Then he went on to publish the diary under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. Dear students, the lesson which has been prescribed for us is a part or an excerpt of that diary. Now let us switch over to the lesson. Dear students, in the beginning of this lesson, Anne Frank says that writing in a diary is a strange thing for her because she has not maintained any diary in her life before. And she also says that nobody would be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. But again, she changes her mind. She decides to have a diary for herself. And for her decision, she gives a number of reasons in support of her decision. The first reason is that she wants to express herself. She wants to pour out her heart. She wants to write her secrets in the diary. That's the reason why she wants to maintain a diary. And the second reason in support of her decision is that she says paper has more patience than people. And she thought of this particular saying when she was depressed, bored, and listless, and she was wondering whether to stay in or go out. In such situation, she thought of this saying and she believes in this statement. What is the statement? Paper has more patience than people. In this statement or in this saying, she believes because she can write anything or everything on paper and the paper would not judge her because paper is not at all judgmental and paper would not comment on her thoughts. Then she believes in this particular statement. Then she goes on to say that she is not planning to share or show her diary to anybody. That's why it will not make any difference if she maintains one. Then she gives an important reason to maintain a diary, and the reason is that she doesn't have any friends. And she goes on to explain or elaborate this statement by saying that she has a loving family, her father, mother are quite good and lovely, and she has a 16-year-old sister as well, and she has loving aunts. In all, she has 30 people whom she can call her friends, but she doesn't have that true friend in whom she can confide or with whom she can share her secrets. Whenever she meets her friends, she discusses only everyday ordinary things. She wouldn't discuss or share her personal thoughts with them. She cannot pour out her heart with them or confide in any of them. For that reason, she wants to have a diary for herself so that she can write her personal thoughts or record her personal thoughts in that diary. So, these are the reasons in support of her decision to maintain a diary, dear students. You have to remember or recall these reasons. Now, dear students, she wants to make her diary her close friend. For that reason, she wants to give her diary an image or some personality. Since she names her diary as Kitty. Well, now she wants to start her diary, but she doesn't want to directly plunge into it or start to write her diary right away. She wants to give some introduction about herself so that the diary can be properly understood. Dear students, in her introduction, she talks about her father. She says that her father married uh, Anne Frank's mother at the age of 36. Then her elder sister Margaret Frank was born in the year 1926 in Frankfurt, and then on 12th of June 1929, Anne Frank herself was born in Frankfurt, and she lived there in Frankfurt until she attained the age of 4. Dear students, in the month of September of the year 1933, the parents of Anne Frank migrated to Holland, but they were not able to take their children along with them. They kept their children with their grandmother at Aachen. Then, in the month of December, Margaret, Anne Frank's elder sister, joined her parents, and in the month of February, Anne Frank was presented as a gift to Margaret Frank on her birthday. I mean to say that Anne Frank joined her parents in the month of February. Well, after she went to Holland, she was admitted right away at the Montessori Nursery School, and she stayed in the school until she uh, came to her sixth form. In her sixth form, a farewell was organized, and it was really a heartbreaking farewell according to Anne Frank, because she says that her favorite headmistress, Mrs. Couperus, was crying. There were tears in her eyes, and she herself was crying. Anne Frank herself was crying. There were tears in her eyes too. It was really a heartbreaking farewell. Then she goes on to tell us about her grandmother. She loved her grandmother a lot, and she often thinks about her grandmother. In the year 1941, her grandmother was ill. She fell sick. For that reason, she wasn't able to celebrate her birthday in the year 1941. But in January 1942, her grandmother died, and she was really very sad and upset about the demise of her grandmother, and she says that she loved her grandmother a lot. Well, in the year 1942, she celebrates her birthday. Dear students, the second part of this lesson I will discuss in my second video. Until you wait for it. and you keep listening to my video so that you will remember some important points of this lesson. Thank you very much.